Hi, I'm standing in front of the 2025 Montis AT20TH toy hauler, all aluminum construction. I'd like to give you a little bit of an overview of some of the details on this trailer and show you what really makes a Montis trailer stand apart from the rest. Some very unique features and build quality on this unit. Come have a look. What makes the Montis so different than from a traditional toy hauler is its complete welded aluminum structure. It is a deck over frame design with complete welded cage on top of the deck. The aluminum frame is a 3/16 gauge frame, not this size. This is 1.5 by 1.5. This is used in the walls, and the main frame is 3/16, same thickness, but 2x6 with 1/4 inch 2x2 square tubing in critical components for added strength. It's really built as overkill. That way you have no concern about your frame, even though you're going down rough roads and having this thing loaded up to the nines. Up front, sitting on top of the triple beamed tongue, we have this huge tongue box. This tongue box is just over 2 feet by 2 feet, 8 feet wide on the widest point, tapering down to 6 feet. It's in 2 compartments. It's built out of 1/8 aluminum, powder coated, Line-X across the face for any rock protection. What's great about Line-X is its unmatched durability. This stuff has a lifespan of 50 to 75 years. It's unbelievably tough. It's like the top quality of box liner that's typically used. It's just absolute fantastic product. We have that on the face of these tongue boxes and running along the bottom skirting of the trailer. Into 2 compartments. We have this side is sealed, the other side is vented. The vented half is for fuel, generator, whatever you would like to put in there that you don't want or can't have any fumes in. This side is separated completely from that. Currently have stored in there a porta potty, jugs, just an absolute massive tongue box, a lot of storage here, all welded aluminum. If you're thinking this tongue box is fantastic, it is, and you think, why doesn't every camper have this tongue box on the front? The reason is cost. It's a lot of aluminum. Powder coated Line-X is expensive. Typical campers are not looking to add extra features that are significantly expensive. The advantage of having a complete welded aluminum frame, structure, cage, is just the strength and durability of it. A traditional camper is built with wood inside of a sandwich of fiberglass and Asdel or Luan pressed together, and as that wall is finished, they put it on top of the frame, put another wall on, roof, all pre-assembled out of wood, and then they screw it and glue it together. Now that works great if you're traveling down a road 3 times a year, down a paved road and sitting in a campsite, and then after that parking in storage for long periods of time. The reason you don't see cargo trailers, job trailers built with the design of a sandwich panel wall and another sandwich panel wall, put them together out of wood and screw them and glue them together, and used as a work trailer traveling down the road every day is they would just simply fall apart. If you ever seen some accidents of travel trailers and what happens to them when they fall apart, you'll know what I mean. If you were to take two pieces of wood, butt them together, screw them together, and bend it as many times as you can until it breaks, and calculate the force of that, versus welding two pieces of aluminum together and seeing how much flex that has and what kind of force it takes to break, you will realize the difference and the advantage of a fully welded aluminum construction. The Montis is really built for unmatched durability, long-term survivability, and minimal maintenance. If you take all the corner trims, 1/8 aluminum, sealed underneath, screwed on. These are out of 1/8 material. This is not just some thin aluminum for decoration. This has some strength and reliability in it. A tunnel storage from both sides. These are heavy-duty aluminum doors, sealed. Have a look at the aluminum that is welded into the frame of the trailer. The heavy-duty gasket on there seals very well. With a compression latch. If you look around the exterior of this Montis trailer, you will see all your DOT lighting required. This is all grody commercial vehicle lighting. This is high quality, dependable LED lighting that is typically used on commercial vehicles, semis that are meant to drive 1,000,000 kilometers and not give you issues. Up front we have 2 propane bottles. This is for the 35,000 BTU propane furnace. The outside of the trailer is all 040 aluminum. This is one of the thicker grades of aluminum that is used on cargo trailers. Typically, trailers will be in the 040, which is your typical higher end cargo trailers, 030 and 023. Now, if you look at a trailer that is 023 versus 040, you'll see a significant difference when you're looking along the side of the trailer. Typically, your 023 wall trailers and 030 compared to 040s will have a lot of waviness to them because it's such thin aluminum. This thicker aluminum, 040, is more rigid, more dent-proof, and just overall stronger. This trailer rides on tandem axles, aluminum heavy-duty wheels with all-terrain tires, riding on Timbren 5,200-pound independent axles. The Timbren independent suspension is what they call axle-less suspension. This is a long-arm travel design similar to that of a long-arm airbag off-road design, but instead of airbags, it has progressive rate rubber bushings. This is simple, easy to maintain, and durable. This Montis trailer is equipped with a 16-foot manual awning. Simple, basic, minimal maintenance. The outdoor kitchen stows away inside this box here. This is an indoor and outdoor kitchen, dependent on the season. It is reversible, and I will show you its setup on the interior. The counters stow away inside the unit. You have 2 counters with a propane hookup ready to mount your barbecue. What's nice about this is the hatch closes and you still have everything that you put in your kitchen cabinet area, which is 8 inches of space, closed and sealed. You have some storage options here. It's customizable. Depends on what you want stored in your kitchen. 120 volt and 12 volt power supplied. This is off the trailer's battery. This is not just a shore to shore connection. This is off the inverter incorporated into the trailer. These counters are mounted on L-track. This gives you the option to utilize them on the inside of the trailer or on the outside of the trailer. On the outside of the trailer, there is one window on the passenger side. This is an escape window, vented, screened. On the opposing side, there are two windows, and they are the same model window, escape windows, vented and screened. The Montis has 700 watt floodlights on all four sides. This gives you and your site complete 360 lighting if needed, individually on switches dependent on the side for loading, unloading, for whatever your campsite needs. 360 lighting. On the roof of the trailer we have a 400 watt solar panel mounted in the rear area. We have our AC unit, max air fan, and in the front another 400 watt solar panel. This gives us a total of 800 watts of solar on the roof. All four corners come with stabilizers to stabilize the trailer. These are tucked away up into the frame. They're not hanging down. They're not going to get ripped off. If you can see from frame to frame, there is nothing hanging below the frame. Nothing to get ripped off if you're going through a bit of a gully and your rear end happens to scrape the dirt. Here is a view of the Timberim independent suspension. The underside of the trailer is spray foamed with 1.5 inch spray polyurethane. This gives it great thermal insulation on the floor for the wintertime. The exterior walls have 1.5 inch sheet foam insulation for great R value. The roof has 3 inches of sheet foam insulation. On the rear here you have your two L-tracks where you can mount your outdoor shower and have that at camp on the outside in the rear of your trailer. We have a very heavy duty rear ramp door rated for 3,500 pounds. Heavy duty, all welded aluminum frame construction. Very well balanced. The door weighs about 280 pounds. However, there is very little weight to it. It's just incredibly well balanced. Very easy to operate. You can see here the layout is set up for parking your toys inside. Nothing is set up currently. Here you can see the rubber coin flooring. This is on top of a very durable composite flooring. This subfloor comes out of the marine industry. It is a fiberglass reinforced panel. It's used in boats, transoms. It's rigid and impervious to any water damage. What's nice about this, we have Asdel walls, which are polypropylene fiberglass reinforced. They can handle water, the floor can handle water. You can wash this thing out without any concern for any water damage. Just take your hose, spray it out. Up front you can see the cabinet section. This looks like white melamine wood. It's not. This is a composite from the marine industry, used a lot on boats. It's a composite product, it's solid. You could throw this in a pail of water and come back in 100 years and it's gonna look like this. There is no water damage happening on this product. Knowing the advantages of building something that is impervious to any water damage, you wonder why doesn't everybody do this? And the answer is very simple. It's expensive. These products cost 5 times more than wood. So in the chase for having more features and more gadgets while keeping the price low, quality sometimes gets sacrificed. On the Montis trailer, we take the opposite approach. We keep things simple, we make them durable, and we build them to last. The electronics on this trailer are controlled through a Blue Sea breaker panel and a Victron controller. This controls your solar, your battery, your inverter. You can turn on and off your inverter, your DC to DC charging. This is all located inside the storage compartment. We have a 300 amp hour lithium battery that is heated. It's good for winter. We have a smart inverter. Now this inverter is the battery charger. This inverter monitors incoming supply and outgoing load while on the inverter system, and will determine to add shore power, charge, or utilize solar. This is all happening at the same time and can be done all simultaneously. This isn't just your typical inverter. This is a smart inverter. We have DC to DC charging, MPPT solar controllers. This is all Victron components, high quality, built to last, with a ton of features. We do have expansion capacity for another 300 amp hour battery, boosting to 600 amp hours on board storage. On the front here we have our Max Air fan. This Max Air fan is huge and moves a ton of air. It can be operated in the rain as well. You have the option of having it full speed. There's 10 speed levels. So if you want just a little bit of air moving, or max air, you also have the option of reversing the fan, so you can blow air in or out. We also have the 13,000 air conditioner. This will actually run off the battery and inverter. The inverter can handle the air conditioning operating. However, you don't have too many hours of life, but it's enough to cool down your unit in a short period of time. The thermostat controls our 35,000 BTU propane furnace. This is a single vent system, blows straight into the cabin. With 35,000 BTUs, there is no issue of keeping this trailer warm in minus 20 degree weather. Up front here we have large storage cabinets with a positive pressure dust reduction fan. Slow close hinges. Another large storage cabinet. These are really deep storage units. You can store a ton of gear in these. Above the refrigerator you also have more storage. And we also have a drawer, large pull-out drawer, an 8 cubic foot 12 volt DC refrigerator. This runs off of the battery directly. Inverter does not need to be running for this. Quite a large refrigerator. The interior and exterior lighting are all controlled off of this main switchboard. You also see that the mountains are calling. This is derived from Montis, the name, which means of the mountains in Latin. We have our display light, our interior lights, accent lights, which are up there. right exterior lights, left exterior lights, rear exterior, front exterior, positive pressure fan, and a spare switch. This utilizes a Overland style shower and bathroom system. You can utilize a flush porta potty. This is a electric porta potty. There's water chamber up top and your catch basin below. It's good for about 50 flushes. You can also remove that. Utilize this just as strictly a shower. This unit can also be put on the exterior door of the trailer and utilized as an outdoor bathroom. The way this works is a Overland style setup, typically mounted on the exterior of Overland rigs. This folds down, comes out, and utilizes You can utilize this now as a shower. All your water is captured in the catch bin and drains through the floor. When you're done with it, simply fold it away and utilize this space. The catch bin is a aluminum containment with raised wood, acacia wood, and this keeps you out of the standing water. It will drain below the wood down the port. Here's the port cap. This will just drain away below. This is the rollover dinette bed. So this doubles as a bed. I will first show you the twin bed feature. Put your legs down. And now you have a full twin bed here. Flip your leg down or up. Roll this over and it becomes your bed to a dinette. This is our table. This is 1/8 aluminum, powder coated, very durable. And there we have our dinette table. The queen bed in the rear is split. This folds down. So this is a split queen. You can use it as a traditional queen, put some bedding on it, or use sleeping bags, however you choose. To convert from an outdoor kitchen to an indoor kitchen, what takes place is that the module, which is the indoor-outdoor kitchen, is reversed. This is all mounted on L-track. A stud is in the L-track and this bracket, and you can see there is the same bracket on the outside. So you disconnect these 4 wing bolts, 2 on each side, flip the unit around, move the studs up, and hang it up, transforming the outdoor kitchen into an indoor kitchen. You also have some counter space that you can take from the outside and hang it beside. Here's another counter that I leave on the inside of the trailer. This is a flip down model. That way you have some counter space here on top of there that you can utilize while you're using your outdoor kitchen setup. When all this is set against the walls, flipped up, there is 6 feet of room on the interior that you have that is clear for driving a side-by-side inside. 17.5 feet long, front to back. We have 6 heavy-duty tie-down points and L-track running the length of the floor, which gives us lots of room to tie down gear. Here is a typical L-track tie down. They're very easy to move. You simply press them in, slide them on this style. There are some other types of attachments you can get for L-track. These are really handy for any hanging. They're very simple to move. Slide it on there. Some hooks. You have quite a few different options that you can utilize. The beds are also mounted on this L-track. The dinette table, everything is mounted on L-track. This gives you modularity and customization. We have an upper cabinet here for extra storage. This can be moved or removed. Also mounted on your L-tracks, hanging on the wall. Remember, this wall is 3/16 by 1.5 inch aluminum tubing. Very strong wall. It can handle the weight of the objects that are hanging from it and not have any issues. Blackout blinds. 4 interior receptacles running off the inverter. Also 12 volt power for anything that would be needed. 12 volt on the interior. This is an SAE plug. With the L-track you can get a little creative. This is a very simple storage solution that is actually a over the closet door storage that I utilize in the trailer. The removable, washable, and you can just store things, hang them where you need to, whatever you want, remove them. Very simple, basic system. Keep it simple. The interior is very well lit with these grody lights. There's 8 of them. This is very bright interior. There's currently no extra lighting in here. I'm not using any extra lighting. It's simply just these 8 lights on the ceiling, and it's very nice and bright in here, even during the daytime. The entry door is your traditional RV door, screened. With a window. Handle for easy access. When the queen bed is flipped down and you're utilizing your camper for the week, you have a lot of storage for underneath the bed. There's a fair bit of space here. You can easily slide some totes underneath there that are out of the way. This ramp door, if you wanted to, it'd be very easy to modify to make it as a deck platform. The strength is there for that. There's no issue with that whatsoever. All we need to do is add a cable off of our tie down point or another one beside it going to our main frame, and we can turn this into a deck if you would like. Very simple to do. A few specs of the trailer: 5,500 pounds dry weight, max 9,950, 17.5 feet garage, fits a 4-seat RZR, sleeps 3 to 5 adults, dependent on the bed configuration. This unit currently, like I showed you, is set up for 3, but we have some options where we can make a bunkhouse model in the rear here. Then you'll be able to sleep 5 adults. This trailer has a 4-season capability. There is no plumbed in water. You camp in this trailer similar to you would as an Overland camper. No issues keeping warm on the inside and zero risk of water lines freezing from the outside. We have a full-size spare tire mounted underneath. This is hanging high enough into the frame. You can see on the front of the trailer how there is nothing hanging down. The jack is a swivel jack. Once behind your truck, you have nothing hanging down. No stabilizers, nothing. Until you get to your suspension, which would be your lowest point, there is nothing here that can get torn off. Here's a couple details of what makes this trailer different. Solid heavy-duty mud flaps. An aluminum deflector to keep any road grime out of your stabilizer arm. So now you should have a good understanding of what a Montis trailer is. Built tough, built simple, built to last, built for 4-season comfort, designed and built to outlast any trailer on the road with minimal maintenance. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. You can check out more details on the website, montisrv.com. That's MONTISRV.com. Montis stands for of the mountains in Latin, and that's where this trailer was designed for use in. It's heavy duty, it's rugged, built to handle rough terrain and take you into the back country.